Now, if you want to find out the one candidate most likely to ruin a country, find out who Spike Lee supports and treat him like he's Godzilla with a cold sore and run screaming. Here's Spike's ad for Bernie Sanders, starring other big lefties. Wake up!
So many of our citizens can't get an education, and if they do, they end up paying their student loans for the rest of their lives. Education is a right, not a privilege.
Instead of schools, they build prisons for profits and fill them to the brim with more people than any other society in history. We must disrupt the school-to-prison pipeline, reform our criminal justice system.
From Strong Island to Staten Island, Queens to the Boogie Down, BK, Manhattan. We need you, New Yorkers. Don't be just liking this online. You got to get in line. It's time to vote, show up, represent.
Now, obviously, lefties love Bernie because he's the leftiest. He makes Che look like Cheney. But political allegiances for celebrities are also status markers. To say you're for Bernie is like saying you only wear hemp underwear or eat gluten-free vegan sushi. It's telling your dinner guests that your new dining table is really a discarded barn door shipped all the way from Peru. Yes, it's recycled, but everyone knows it still costs you a fortune, just like Sanders. He's the distressed vintage stool that costs more than your car. Sure, he's far from new, but you still pay a heavy price for his bad ideas. That's because leftist ideas only drain you of wealth. Having no idea how to pay for things, it's all take and never create.
So true.
Supporting Bernie is that expensive act of authenticity only rich people can afford. The stars can shout for free everything and no more jails, but it's only them who can endure the consequences. They don't live in the high crime areas, and their income makes higher taxes a non-issue. Supporting Bernie may seem like you're keeping it real, but it's about as organic as a spray tan and just another blast from the past that leaves nothing for your future.
That was good.
Thanks.
I know.
Just hoping I wasn't going to sneeze. All right, Julie, let's face it.
Yes.
A vote for Bernie Sanders is kind of like a status vote among the left, like, I'm more progressive than you are, you Hillary supporter.
I think it's a status vote for a lot of people on campuses. I think I actually have that Reclaim Peru table, by the way, which completely establishes my street cred in the leftist community, you would say. I thought this ad was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
And I liked his old ad. Remember the America ad that he did in Iowa? I thought that was the best political ad I'd ever seen on either side. This ad I thought was a little, I don't want to say Lenny Riefenstahl, but I thought it was a little too movement-y. I thought it was a little creepy.
Propaganda.
Yeah, a little too propaganda-esque. Not that before anybody starts emailing me on the Democratic side, I'm not comparing Spike Lee to Lenny Riefenstahl. I just thought it was great. I just thought it was it was a little too propaganda-y, and I do ads for a living, and I think it needed a little bit more music, and cut it down by about, I don't know, 20 million hours. It was like 6 minutes long. It was too long.
It had Sean King in there. That's a guy who plagiarizes his identity and words. Eric, what do you think?
I actually thought it was effective. Yeah. I mean, and I get where you say it's propaganda, but that's what Bernie Sanders is.
Yeah.
I think the real reason there's such a movement for Bernie Sanders right now is because he's skated below the radar for so long because no one thought he had a chance, and they haven't really dug deep into what his policies are.
Yeah.
His higher taxation, his wanting to give everyone free everything, starting from health care to free tuition to transfer more payments. So he's never been like the front runner, and he's never been the one you were worried about, so he didn't get the media scrutiny. They don't do it very well on the left anyway, but so he doesn't get certainly doesn't get the scrutiny that Trump, Cruz, and Kasich get.
Yeah. You know, Kimberly, he's like the underdog. He's like Herbie the Love Bug. Everybody wants to root for him, and it's something cool to be on a team where he's the underdog.
Yeah, he does have that charm and appeal, and of course, like I said, he kind of has like folklore status. He's great with the whole Saturday Night Live thing, so he's already kind of had like an imprint and an embed when people think about him. Well, he's kind of this like charming, easygoing, funny guy. He doesn't seem that dangerous or that harmful, right?
Yeah.
So it's disarming because when you think about it, you're like, oh, he sounds like he's for the right things. Oh, even the Pope said hello to him. He wants to help people. He's for social justice. But at the same time, everything has a price tag. So when you get that reclaimed wood from Peru, the freight charge will destroy you. Okay? The table's $1, the freight charge is $10,000. So you really have to kind of like do the math and not be fooled for it. And by the way, I don't know why haters gotta hate, Greg, but I heart the spray tan. Feast your eyes on this. I need one.
You know, Dana, You live in New York, we live in New York, and we eschew these status symbols. Like, if you're in a cocktail party, somebody finds out you're not a Democrat or you're not for Sanders, you lose points. So isn't this really, it's all about getting points at parties.
It's the hipster vote.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like you could check the box off. I do think it's kind of funny that the Democrats are fighting over whose celebrities are better.
Yeah.
Like, my celebrities are better than your celebrities. Like, going to be like a big West Side Story in Hollywood where they're going to get on one side of the highway.
Do they help?
Together.
Do they help?
I don't think the celebrity endorsements help that much. I do think it helps when you like have a crowd, and it does get you media attention, but no, I don't think it helps that much.
This is a wide range of celebrities, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you had the actors, but then you also had the activists, Erica Garner, Sean King.
Do you think that Bernie Sanders knows any of those people?
What?
Do you think Bernie Sanders knows any of those people?
He probably does. He's seen them around. But no, Sean King, an embarrassment. I mean, how could you? That has to hurt you. If you find out Sean King is voting for Sanders, you can't vote for Sanders because Sean King's a fraud. A fraud.
Yeah, but Kasich has Schwarzenegger. I like that.
Of course.
And
like Trump has Scott Baio. And
there you go.
You cannot not love Scott Baio.
That's true. If you have Charles in charge, who don't you have?
Well, he was also Chachi.
He was, but I prefer I prefer to think of him as Charles in charge.
I can sing that song.
That's because I'm older than you.
I can sing that song in my sleep. Of course you are.
Yeah, Nicole Eggert. Oh. Anyway.
You two and your pop culture thing.
That's
well,
true.
some of us watch TV instead of reading. Books. What are books anyway, but just TV without images? Gross. All right.